Fifth Street Soccer, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio, Nick Geber and Nick Webster. Find us on the web at fifthstreetsports.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Find us on Twitter at Fifth Street Sports. And find us here, right here on the radio, broadcasting to you live video on Facebook, on YouTube, every day, Monday through Friday, every day of the week, that is, here on Sports Byline USA and SB Nation Radios. And by the way, we're also with you on Saturdays. I had to think about that for a minute. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours, Fifth Street Sports in general, although obviously part of that discussion, a large part of it, is the World Cup because that's going on right now. But on Fifth Street Sports, we will cover everything. We did a great piece on betting the Canadian Football League. Really, really interesting. Baseball, golf, it's all going on, but obviously a lot of discussion about the World Cup going on Saturdays. And tune in on Saturdays because we will be giving you our picks for the Sunday match and the Monday match. So then you can tune in Monday and pick up the picks for the Tuesday match. So you will be covered, folks, every day of the week with our World Cup picks right here on Fifth Street Sports. Along those lines, Nick Webster, let's get to it. Let's just briefly say, I thought we had a decent prognostication run yesterday, or for today's matches, which was Japan-Colombia. We said don't bet the favorite. And surprisingly, you didn't want to bet the favorite because Japan won it, although we did have that as a draw. But never mind. Let's forget that bit. Let's just say Colombia didn't win, Nick. Senegal, Poland. Nick, you had this one. You said bet the over and bet Senegal, and that's right on. That's exactly what happened. And then the Egypt-Russia, we said it was all up to Mo Salah and how he was, if he was playing or not, if he was fit. I'm not sure he was fit today, really. It was a bit of an odd match, but we didn't really make a prognostication on that one, and Russia did win it. So, shall we move along to tomorrow's matches, Nick Webster?
Yes, we shall. Although I will say about the Russia-Egypt game, it looked like it was going to be an absolute 0-0 all the way through, and then Russia got this flukiest own goal you'll ever see, and it kind of turned the game on its head. So
yeah, it was a weird one.
One of the things you can't really adjust for, but I thought very pleased with getting that Senegal result right.
Yeah,
that would have been a nice learner.
We said there will be an African team that will emerge from this tournament, and it is going to be Senegal because they really look like the real deal. Their tactics were excellent. Their technical ability was terrific, and they played as a team, which typically is one of the problems with a lot of these African nations. They have great individual skill, but the teamwork. Part of that, by the way, has to do with the amount of money that these international federations, the African federations, give to their teams. Also, the difficulty of flying in players from all over the world to the home country for internationals and international camps is magnified in Africa. So, I mean, that's part of the reasons why this happens. But Senegal looked absolutely terrific. Nick, I believe that tomorrow's matches are going to be a lot easier to predict. And some of these, I'm not sure are even worth betting on. But the over-unders are going to be interesting. Portugal are playing Morocco tomorrow. I see no way that Morocco wins this match. They lost 1-0 to Iran. I'm not sure they have any attack, really. Defensively, they looked not all that great. Portugal are going to be looking to come out and score goals. Muchos goles. Cristiano Ronaldo will be sniffing blood. It's only 2.5 goals, the total goals on this match, Nick. I like Portugal, and at minus, can you believe this, Nick? Portugal are minus 150. Morocco are plus 562. The draw's plus 272, and the over is plus 132. Nick, I have to put money tomorrow on Portugal at minus 150 and on the over at plus 132. How do you see it?
I think that is a sensational bet, and I am going to do exactly the same. Reason being, Portugal have tons of goals in them, as we just saw from the Spain game. I'm going to go against you about Morocco. I actually thought they were really decent in their game. They played on the front foot, wanted to get forward, were a little bit unlucky. So I'm seeing a really open game here, which is going to suit, obviously, Portugal because they have the better players, but a really open game with lots of goals. So
they were playing Iran, though, Nick. They were playing Iran when you were making that observation.
I know, but you know what? They play the game in the right way, and they're not going to change their tactics for Portugal because ultimately Morocco need to win this game to stay in the World Cup. Portugal need to win this game to make sure they have a chance of winning the group.
And
So
to make sure they're going to keep it going till the All-Iberian final.
Yeah, it's not like one of these two teams can say, "Oh, well, we're going to sit back and see how the game comes to us." They've both got to go for it. Portugal and the over, you're in the money.
All right. Next one here is another. This one is slightly more interesting. There's not a great deal of value in this match, folks. This is Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Now, keep in mind, Saudi Arabia lost, 5-0 to Russia. Uruguay beat Egypt 1-0. And you just saw Russia beat Egypt by, 3-1? And Mo Salah was playing. So I'm not sure just how good Uruguay are. Of course, they do have some terrific players. Let's not discount Hannibal Lecter. Is always a great player to look for, amongst others. I'm not sure he's got the bit. Not sure he's got the bit between his teeth though for this World Cup. Doesn't seem quite as vested. Sorry, I can't stop the jokes. But
not quite as hungry for goals, huh?
Yeah, not quite as hungry for goals. Yes, we are, of course, talking about Luis Suarez, by the way. Look, Uruguay are a good team. Saudi Arabia are not. That's really all you need to know here. Uruguay are capable of winning this game 100-0. They will not, however. The question is, are they going to win it by 3 goals or more as total goals? It's the over, Nick. Over 3 is plus 105. Under 3 is minus 120. Uruguay are minus 526 to win. No value there at all. Saudi Arabia plus 1784. Could be plus 10 million. It's not going to happen either way. The draw's plus 632. That's not going to happen either. The question here, Nick, more than 3 goals or less than 3 goals? I'm tempted to say more than 3 goals. It's Saudi Arabia.
I'm going to go against you because I believe that there's no way Saudi Arabia can be quite that bad again. They must have been working on their defensive prowess during training over the last 2-3 days because, I mean, it was quite farcical. Uruguay, with all their attacking flair, are a team that likes to grind things out. And if they can win this game 1-0 in the 93rd minute, like they did in their first game, they'll take it. I mean, this is not a team that's built to entertain. This is a team that is built to win in any sneaky way possible. Yeah. I mean, Nick, they are the most horrible, despicable team in the World Cup.
I love them. Nick, this group is going to come down to one match. It's going to come down to Russia, Uruguay to decide who comes out on top. We're moving ahead. I tell you what, let's talk about that when we're done with this.
Yes. I'm going to say take the under. If like you say, there's not a great deal of value in this game. If you're going to take any bet, I'm going to go with the under.
Yeah, and I tell you what, at plus 105 for the over. I'm probably not going to bet this period. Actually, I'm probably going to pass on this one. So I'm going to change mine and say I recommend a pass on this one. Okay. All right. Next one. Now this one is shocking to me, Nick. Shocking. Spain, Iran. Now, obviously, Spain, huge favorites, minus 488, no value there. Not a hope in heck Iran wins this at plus 2007, no value there. A draw plus 582, that's not going to happen either. Nick, the total goals in this game is only 2.5. And the over is minus 120. The under's plus 105. Minus 120, that's a fairly close to a sure bet. I mean, I hate to say that because things happen. It's football. But I am betting the over on this one. I'm not betting Spain, although they will win. I'm going to bet the over. Only 2.5 goals total at minus 120. Nick, if you say anything other than that, if you're in anything other than agreement with me, I'll be shocked.
I am in agreement with you. I mean, I look at this Spain team and the attacking quality throughout the 11 is simply breathtaking. I mean, if they don't smash in 6 from open play, they'll get 5 from set pieces.
They could get 1 from the goalkeeper.
I mean, 2.5 does seem like it could possibly be a misprint. Are you sure? Can you look at your glasses again, please? Are you sure it doesn't say 3.5?
No, it says over 2.5 minus 120, under 2.5. And this is not the stuff I write. I wrote it because it printed out so small. In my old age, I need to write it for the show. But it definitely says 2.5 goals, the total goals lines on this one.
Well, I think it's definitely worth a flyer. I mean, I've got me $50 on the over.
Absolutely great. It's a great bet. That's some great bets here, people. Now, you might ask yourself, I'm listening to this show in LA or Vegas or New York or Indiana. How do I place a bet? Because I don't want to walk down to my local sportsbook because many states don't have them. So I'm going to tell you how to do this. Go online, go to betandysports.eu and sign up now. Use an affiliate code, and that's where it says, how did you hear about us? 5th Street, because this is 5th Street Sports, and you can get a 50% bonus on your deposit. Maybe producer Andrew can put that up. Get a 50% bonus on your deposit up to $1,000. That's $1,000. So go to.
So that's $500 in free money.
You put $1,000. You deposit $1,000. You get $500 free to play with.
500.
And I'll tell you what. Some of these juicy numbers here on Bet Any Sports right now. By the way, low juice, easy to bet, great odds. Much better odds you're going to get here. The lines here are so much better than they are going to get whether you're at the Westgate or go to any of the sportsbook here in Vegas or Red Rock where I like to go. You're going to get much better lines here at betandysports.eu. So once you do that, and you will be smiling all the way to the bank. Trust us on that. Those are our picks for tomorrow. Once again, I'll just reiterate them for you if you've got your pen handy. We're saying take take Portugal, take the over. It's 2.5 at plus 132. We're saying don't bother betting Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Nick is saying take the under at minus 120. It's 3-goal total. I'm saying just skip it. And Spain, Iran, we're both saying there's no value in Spain at minus 488. They're going to win. We're saying take the over at 2.5 for minus 120. Those are our picks for tomorrow. Nick Webster, we just got about, 2 minutes or so left. We have a bit longer than that, Andrew? No, we have 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes left in this segment. Final thoughts about the matches tomorrow?
I'm really excited, actually, because obviously Spain and Portugal put together one of the great international games I think many of us have ever seen. Certainly one of the greatest World Cup games I've ever seen, especially in the group stages. And I'm really interested to see how they're going to follow it up. Is there going to be a hangover of sorts, or are both teams still going to be firmly committed to putting their foot firmly down on the pedal? And the other thing I'm really excited to see is how can Ronaldo top that performance he put together against Spain? And judging by that first performance, I've got this funny feeling about Rocket Ronnie. He wants to make this World Cup his very own. And if that's the mentality that he comes in with, then we could see something very special, because against one of these teams, you think he's really going to fill his boots against either Iran or Morocco. Then we have Spain, and many people think Spain are a favorite to win this World Cup. Can they repeat the kind of performance we saw against Portugal, but with the same kind of flair, the same kind of artistry? And will we see another upset? I don't think so tomorrow, but the beauty of this World Cup so far has been that it really hasn't gone 100% to the form book.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're right, Nick. In a World Cup that has been rife with upsets, big surprises, I do not think we're going to see any of those tomorrow. So tomorrow might be normal service resumed. You want to check back in with us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right back, though, to wrap the show up here. This is 5th Street Soccer, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio. Nick Geber and Nick Webster with you. Remember, go to betandysports.eu, sign up now, take our picks, and you'll be happy.